and it's fall. However, here it feels more like summer. Therefore, this sleeveless top. So right now in Philly, it's feeling more like summertime as opposed to fall, but it is almost Halloween. We're at the end of October, and so I wanted to try some of these fall cocktails that I've been seeing on social media that I've been dying to try. So you know me, we'll fix them here. Hubs is around, he'll give his opinion, I'll give my opinion. I will tell you though, right out there, and so Hubs can hear, that these drinks trend more towards my likes. There's no bourbon involved because you know I'm not a big bourbon person. So yes, so welcome to Philly Philly and welcome to Happy Hour. And tell me, by the way, if you're around, if you want to jump in the chat, let me know what you're sipping on. Maybe you're sipping on water or soda. Maybe it's early or super late where you are, so you're not even ready for Happy Hour. But if you are enjoying an adult beverage, I would love to know what you're sipping on. And welcome to the stream. So, oh, hey, Barb, how are you? Happy Friday. Okay, that goes away.
I'm ready to go.
No, put that away. So Hubs, you know, if you ever want to highlight because I remember at the beginning we did some of the cocktails that you like, you're welcome to do, you know, I'm welcome to herald a stream about a beverage that you like, because we did a bunch of those, right?
It's too much work.
Well, I'll even do most of the work. You just have to decide which recipe you want to try.
Okay.
So Barbara, it's good to see you. Happy Friday. And Archie. Oh, Archie, I am so hungry right now. By the way, I wish I had some French fries. I'm just going to put that out there because we are waiting to eat after the stream. So, which means that these drinks are probably going to go straight to my head. And yeah, and then I'm going to be fixing a quick salad. I actually prepped it already and having just a simple pasta with pesto. One of our favorite foodies, May the Dane, she inspired me. I'm having pesto pasta the other night, so that's what we're going to have tonight. I'm going to make it creamy though, a creamy pesto pasta. But good to see you. And Barb is having a Pinot Noir. I love Pinot Noir. That sounds delicious. And actually, I think I showed y'all, but I tried this Côte de Rhône. I think it's J. Gugal. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. It's the usual one, but this one is delightful. They didn't have the usual one. This is Guy Mosset Côte de Rhône, and oh my goodness, I very much am enjoying it. So would love to have some of the pasta. I'll be making 3 cocktails tonight. 2 are but 2 are versions of apple cider spritzes. One is really interesting. I'm very anxious to do it, so I'll tell you that in a second. But first, we're going to start with an apple cider margarita. You know, I love me a margarita. I love tequila. Tequila loves me pretty much too. So I'm very excited to try this and bring some fall flavors to the party. And Barb, I love you representing the French fries. That's making me hungry, absolutely. Hi, Kathy. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Alvin. Welcome to the stream. And Alvin, I think one of my past streams, I think I didn't catch when you had said hello, so my apologies. You know, I always try to say hi to my friends if they pop on. And for anybody that's just watching the background, happy Friday and sending my best to you. And you know I'm totally fine with you sitting silent in the back. That is absolutely appreciated here as well. So friends, to get started on our apple cider margarita, this one was, the content creator is, these are all from Instagram, by the way. The content creator was at join_Jules, and she does quite a few different cocktails, and I think she does food too. I'm forgetting now, but I've seen her, you know, with different content on Instagram. And this, and by the way, links are below to each of these beverages, so you can go to their little video, and you can get all of the, you know, specifics and amounts for all these beverages. If for some reason you aren't on Instagram and you're not able to get that, although I think even if you aren't on Instagram, I think you can, if you're on Google, can still like get to that one part of their video. Just let me know and I can make sure and give you the amounts. So for this apple cider margarita, we are going to use 2 ounces of tequila, 2 ounces of apple cider, 3/4 ounce of Cointreau, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, and a 1/2 ounce of cinnamon syrup. Now, my sister gave me a present earlier this week. This is a bag full, and I already used some of it, of cinnamon sticks. And if you all remember, one of my favorite beverages last year that we found at a restaurant, the Heritage was a crimson and clover, and that used simple syrup, a cinnamon one. So I made a big batch because I want to share some with my sister when I see her. So we've got a big batch of simple syrup, and I have the rest of it there. So we are going to be using this freshly made cinnamon simple syrup. And I'll tell you, if you do like to mix cocktails, I think cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
I haven't had a sip of alcohol yet, and I'm already slurring. But I think a cinnamon syrup is like a great thing to have. Like it just brings that instant fall winter flavor. Yep. So this is what we're going to be using. So, and we also got from our local market some cider, but at your grocers, wherever you go, you can grab that. So would you fill this with ice for me, love? That would be awesome. So we're going to be measuring in our tequila, our cider, our Cointreau, and our lime juice. I've got all the usual suspects here, plus a little one that's going to be going in a Spritz later, which I thought was so intriguing. But first I'm going to get my lime juice squared away because I want to make sure that I get the amount. So we're looking for 3/4 ounce of lime. So let me just get this done.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Why is the gin out?
You'll have to wait and see. And y'all have to wait and see. I have a little gin over there.
You didn't tell me about that.
Well, I'm not going to tell you why yet because there's just a reason, and y'all will find out at the same time. Okay. So there is a reason I did get some gin outs because I have a prediction that one of the spritzes I make is going to need a little something something. And when I was browsing and doing my research, which I love doing my research. There was, throughout all the recipes, there was someone that added a little bit of gin to theirs. And they added some other things too, but I thought, well, that we could always try. But we're going to wait till we get to that point. I'm just going to put this over there, babe.
I'm all for that.
I know, I figure you would be. And I also got lemon out in case
Archie would be all for that too.
Archie would be all for that. How's your day going, Archie? You're getting towards the end of your day, of course. Oh, Matthew Whittington, it's wonderful to have you on stream. How are you, Matthew? How are you on this Friday? Okay, so I have 3/4 ounce of lime juice. I'm going to put the rest of my little lime right here. And I'm going to keep this right there. And let me just check out what else. And tell security man take his hands off his pockets. What's he got in the pockets? Hey, do you have some money for me? The security man got a nail stuck in the tire today, so that was a fun departure to your day, wasn't it?
So
Just let me pause every once in a while and put this, but tell your story because I felt so badly for him. He took the car I usually drive, and I took his car because he was going to be such a sweet guy. Okay, Arch is going to get a little sappy for a second. He was going to get the car washed for me because in the city there's really not a lot of car wash places, and where he works is in the suburbs. So he was going to go over there and do that, and then 3/4 ounce of lime juice.
It's not a big story. It's just that I got a nail stuck in the tire, and then I had to go get the tire replaced. So it was a fun day.
But it definitely took you away from the office. 3/4 ounce of Cointreau. I'm going to use this one. 2 ounces of tequila.
It's a good ratio.
It's kind of boozy. I'm not going to lie.
Kind of digging the ratio.
And then a 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, of the cinnamon simple syrup. Now,
so why are you using that one and not that one?
One second. If you don't have it, you can always just use regular and try it. Because this one's going to be easier getting out of, and there's a lot of cinnamon sticks in there. So the reason I have this packed with cinnamon sticks is because the crimson and clover demands, as you know, a very cinnamony syrup, and so I'm just letting that marinate as long as possible. So I'm getting in. So we do need a 1/2 ounce of this simple syrup to help counteract the lime because there was
that.
Oh, I wish there was smell-o-vision. Does not that smell amazing?
Wow. Yeah.
And look at the color. And that's from the cinnamon. You got that.
So how many cinnamon sticks are in here? A bunch.
A ton.
Right? Yeah.
It is literally packed. It's like a pickle jar. I packed it full with cinnamon sticks.
But the smell is unbelievable.
And it's a great thing that I think you could use in so many instances.
Use it with a
for
bourbon
beverages.
drink.
Ooh, I think it would be very good with a bourbon drink, I'm sure.
I might do that now.
No. You have to be my taster too, because he's being someone that enjoys bourbon and whiskey and some other things that I don't enjoy. I want, even though these are more of my fashioned drinks, I do want you to give your opinion. All right, so we're putting that in. That's a 1/2 ounce of the cinnamon simple syrup. And then we can't forget our cider. We need 2 ounces of cider. Be sure to, I can't talk. Be sure to shake the cider because it gets kind of like all sediments come down and you want to get the full goodness. So, oh, would you put ice in this glass, please? That would be wonderful. All right. So I'm gonna do some shaky. And I'm gonna cut a little bit of lime for prettiness and garnish. Shake it up. All right. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
You could double strain. I'm going to keep it simple tonight. It's a Friday after a long week. Whoopsie. Oh, my. I made a little spillage. Can you get me a paper towel, please? Oops. Don't do that. Don't oops.
A little messy.
A little messy tonight.
So it's a lot lighter than I thought it would be.
Well,
I guess it's got a lot of booze and
well,
not
yeah,
a lot of...
and the only thing that has color is the cider and then the syrup, but
Yeah.
you know the other
Yeah,
stuff
you're right.
doesn't. So I'm
You're
going to now slice a little apple.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
This is for you. I knew you'd be happy with that.
Oh, thank you.
Get a little apple. Get one
That's
for
a
the
good
next
apple.
cocktail too. Is it good? This is a gala. You can use whatever apple you prefer. And just not for nothing, I thought it would be nice, especially since this uses cinnamon syrup, that I was going to get a little cinnamon stick too. Oh, pardon. So, a little cinnamon stick for prettiness and good measure. I certainly have enough here. So let me show everyone. Can I scooch in front of you,
Sorry.
okay?
Let's just
See this
look at-
lovely drink. This is the apple cider margarita, and we are going to give it a try. Actually, why don't you go take a quick pick, and then we'll give it a try. Let me just have it go just a little askance. Yep,
Oh,
like
boy.
that. Perfect. All right, so friends, let's just review before we sip it. That had in it 2 ounces of cider, 2 ounces of tequila, 3/4 ounce Cointreau, 3/4 ounce lime juice, a 1/2 ounce cinnamon syrup, and this was from Join Jules, join_Jules on Instagram. So very excited. And we've got a little left. So there's a place called Seasons 52 that is in the States. And so a lot of you from the States will know. They, by the way, my biggest hack there is if we ever go eat there, I get a Cosmopolitan because they make it and it doesn't fill the glass. So they bring you a little extra. And so when you get one, it's really like getting 2. And isn't that my favorite thing to get there?
is.
It's just they make great Cosmos. Sorry, I had to like
You need to
interject.
stop like ordering 3 of them now.
So there we go. Ooh. So it's delicious.
Is that a good ooh?
Oh no, it's a good ooh. Well, okay, it's a dangerous ooh. It's very easy to drink. It's a little sweet for my liking. It's like I probably would like it a tad less sweet, so I would add less Cointreau maybe, because I feel like the cinnamon syrup is important. You could drink that so easily. That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's a dangerous drink. I don't think it's too
The
sweet.
cinnamon's really.
Yeah, it's
Really?
actually, and
The cinnamon syrup is everything.
yeah,
It
but
is
it's like
delicious.
it's like drinking a soda.
It is.
I mean,
it is delicious. It is not.
with like 3 shots.
It doesn't
of
have a lot of
alcohol in it.
pucker.
That's pretty good.
That's delicious. So this
I
one's
don't
yours.
think it's too sweet.
Can you get me one more glass because there's all this extra, so I can put that in for me and I'll sip on that. All right. So the first one was a success. Thank you, Join Jules.
Yeah, very
that
good.
was delicious.
That's
and
good.
since we'll have the cinnamon simple syrup, and I do love occasionally have tequila. It's really a weird thing. I don't know if anyone is like that with their spirits, but I'm not always in the mood for gin. Tequila, I usually am, and I don't know that I'm always in the mood for vodka unless it's some place that makes a really good Cosmo or I feel like making a good Cosmo. So, all right, and look at how much this one gets. It was almost 2 glasses. So that was almost like 2 servings. Wow. Okay, so we won't need this again, so you can just keep that
So you
there.
don't need this?
Nope.
Okay.
You're good. Right, so let's see how everyone thinks about that. DS, oh, welcome aboard. You had a tired, busy week, but you're good. Hey, DS, are you and Ruby sipping on anything? Could be water, soda, could be wine, beer, or a cocktail. Let us know.
I think Archie was killing me on here somewhere.
I'm
but-
sure he was. Let me go up. I think we missed some of the convo. We got to catch up. Oh my gosh. And DS says hello.
Hello, DS.
Absolutely, Archie, I agree. The finest man with the initials DS is in the house. Chocolate Lava Man, yes. So I think I told you that he had made a video, chocolate lava cake, and that is always a crowd pleaser. I remember.
Who did that, DS?
Yeah, yeah. And I remember once, years ago, I was just like, I'm gonna make one of these, and Andy was like, okay, that sounds great, and it was delicious. They are such showstoppers, and they hit it all. You're having a few cocktails now. What are you having, DS? We'd love to know. And are you out of it or still sober? And DS says, I'm always sober even when I'm high. There we go. There we go. And Archie was saying a simple syrup in a simple drink for a simple butler. That's right. That is right. Oh my gosh.
I'm a simple
and
man.
by the way, I know I'm pretty
Simpleton.
sure the crowd we have here that I'm aware of knows how to do this, but just in case anyone's watching that doesn't know, whenever you hear someone talk about simple syrup, it's actually wonderful that that's the name of it, because it's super simple to make. You literally put equal amounts sugar and water. You get it heated up on the stovetop. And once it dissolves, you take it off, you cool it, put it into a jar wherever in your fridge. It's super simple. But what's great about simple syrup is you can flavor it however you want. So, if you want to make it cinnamony, just jam it with a bunch of cinnamon sticks. Like I put literally as many cinnamon sticks as would fit and be covered by the simple syrup, because I knew from last year's research and development, it takes a lot to get it cinnamony. So you really need to kind of pack it. But you could do a basil simple syrup. You could do we did a rosemary last year for a wine drink. Remember that?
I think we did. Yeah.
That's what's cool about simple syrup, is you can really make it your own and get very creative. So that's my simple syrup lesson. But now let us get to, so the first cocktail, DS, do you have the pretty one? He's got the pretty one. Was a apple cider margarita, and it was awesome. 2 thumbs up.
So what was it? It was tequila,
Cointreau, apple cider, cinnamon simple syrup, which I like making because of one of the drinks, Crimson and Clover, that I enjoy, and lime juice.
Do you want an apple in yours?
No, it's fine. Right. I'm saving that for garnish. So,
It's really good.
It is really good.
And it's, you'd think, like, I'm not necessarily a sweet drink guy, but it's pretty good.
And you could absolutely multiply the portions and make a batch of it and then put ice in. Instead of shaking it, putting the ice in.
They could get a whole group polluted.
Putting the ice in would help bring some of that, dilution. Or you could just individually shake them all. But honestly, if you're having a party and you want to serve these, I would put it in a pitcher with some ice and just let that happen, and then pour it over some ice. But anyway, so, okay,
Dangerous.
now this is where I got a little interesting, because I saw there were lots of apple cider spritzes across social media.
I'm out.
And, the first one's really interesting though, but just at least sit and chit chat with us all. He's dissing it. He's dissing spritzes. Friends, are we gonna let Hubs diss spritzes? Spritzes are iconic. They are such a great light aperitif. They're not high alcohol volume, which is nice. Sometimes especially when you've not had anything to eat like myself, it's nice to have a nice light drink before or with your appetizers. Right. So, in any event, the first one I wanted to try really piqued my interest because it is an autumn Aperol Spritz, and in it has Aperol, which I love in a classic Aperol Spritz, and it has apple cider and Prosecco. Now, as you all know, if you want to put a splash of seltzer or club soda in at the end, you can. This one, that was from It's Cocktail Hour, so you know what this person has always on their Instagram, lots of cocktails. So it's at It's Cocktail Hour. They did not, and if I'm being honest, I wasn't opposed to that because I don't need my spritzes lightened up. It's nice when they do that, but I also like them with just the way they are. So I'm gonna get out my little mini Prosecco. Y'all know that is one of my favorite ways to be able to enjoy an occasional cocktail, because you don't need to you don't need to open a whole bottle of Prosecco in order to get one. So if you're having friends over, a bottle of Prosecco is better. But a bunch of different brands make these little mini bottles, and it's always different when we go to the store. Sometimes it's, I can't even think of some of the different names, but this one's Cupcake Prosecco. So, you know, when I want to drink Prosecco, I'm more fussy about the Prosecco I order, but for mixing, any will do. Or you could use Cava. You could use really any sparkling wine. And I think they're even doing some champagnes, little minis. But the reason I choose the Prosecco is because usually it's the cheapest. And I just need that bubbly, that little like light wine flavor. And so that's what we're going to be using. So I'm going to get a prettier glass. And hon, would you mind filling it like half full with ice? That would be awesome. And I've got my cider. I've got my Aperol. And I've got my Prosecco, so let me open up my Prosecco. But I just thought it was such an interesting combination of the bitter orange with the apple cider. And again, orange is a great like winter, you know, there's drinks, there's orange cranberry drinks. So, and Aperol is less bitter than Campari. So if you prefer something even less sweet, maybe Campari is what you want to try. Although I will, full disclosure, say I didn't see any spritzes that had Campari. It was all Aperol.
Yeah,
so for
I would think not.
Right. So for this one, we are going to be putting 3 ounces, which is a considerable dose of Aperol. So yeah, that was surprising.
Piqued my interest.
Whoopsie. I guess it would help if I took the lid off.
The thing's gone straight to your head, huh?
Yeah, and that's what usually happens, isn't it? Oh no, he was leaving DS because he was snoofing up the idea of the spritzes, which I love. I love a good spritz. Watch your language, Archie. You have a teacher in the house here, my friend. These cocktails sound great. I love me a good cocktail. I agree. And we love, actually, one of the things we love about going out, yeah, I think it's the sugar.
Mackerel,
the sugar
man.
made it tough to open, is really seeing what the mixologist is. Wait, I can't even say that. The mixologists in the city, I think I talk too fast too, which is part of my problem. Yeah. What they come up with. And we love seeing something and just trying something new. And Heritage is where we saw like the Crimson and Clover, which was
Have you mentioned the new place, Sassafras, that we went to?
No, but you can mention it. By the way, I'm going to put 3 ounces of Aperol. But you want to mention, I think I did take pictures and I made a reel and a YouTube short of it, of the experience.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You did.
But just 6.
Great bar. And really, like a little bit of food, but not much food, just mostly bar.
I think one of, my opinion, one of the best bars in the city.
Yeah,
like
it
just
was really
great cocktails.
Great cocktails.
Well-made cocktails.
Just a cocktail bar.
Yeah.
You know, that's the.
And I mean, and they don't skimp. They make an honest cocktail, and they are well balanced and delicious.
They're expensive, but not too expensive.
Right,
so
I would agree.
Yeah, it was great.
Shaking up my cider.
Cool little place.
So I put 3 ounces Aperol. This just seems so weird to me.
So if you're ever in Philly, go to Sassafras.
Go to Sassafras.
It's on 2nd Street in Old City.
It's an old city. All right, so here we go. 3 ounces Aperol, 2 ounces apple cider. This just seems really weird to me.
Oh, God, it does.
And then 2 to 3 ounces of Prosecco.
This cannot taste good.
So I'm actually going to give a little stir first. This was all over. These Aperol cider spritzes were all over, so I am so anxious to try it. I don't know what I feel about it because I feel like it could go either way, but we're going to give it a go. Let's just see.
You don't have to measure?
2 to 3 ounces. It's usually like about that.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm not going to put the cinnamon in this time just because, would you go get a little? Can you go get a little?
Up,
not right now, you're going to get a little picture for me?
I don't know where my phone is.
I gave you one job. I gave you one job. I know. Take a nice pic.
Hold on.
So as you can
there it
tell,
is.
my whatever my thumbnail is going to be a mix of 3 pictures, which YouTube does not like. But I just want to show everyone the drinks. So I'm really anxious to try this. I think this is going to be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but it was all over social media. So I'll let you know, friends, how I think of it, or what I think of it, I should say.
Okay.
Archie says, do not talk over Phil. She's the star. You're the sideshow. Oh, Eugenia, welcome. So glad to have you on. We've got quite the lovely crowd today. Let me show you this. This is the Autumn Aperol Spritz. So this has Aperol. It is a pretty color, though. Look at that color. It's actually really kind of cool. Very fall.
So are you going to stir it now? Now that you...
Yeah, it's Aperol. I don't think they ever stir the Spritzes, by the way. He's a stirrer. Hubs is a stirrer. He stirs things up, as we well know. So it's Aperol, cider, and Prosecco. So let me give it a try. Well, it's not bad. I just don't know. I mean, and I taste the Aperol, but
It doesn't smell good.
oh no, it doesn't taste bad. There's nothing bad about the taste. It tastes like almost like a fake Aperol. Like you taste the Aperol, but it's more muted because the cider. And I get it. Like I get wanting to use the cider. So
It's actually better than I thought it was going to be.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste bad. Like, I mean, just put it out there. It doesn't taste bad, but
It's actually not bad.
Right. Like, so if I went to a party and they were serving it, I'd be like, yay, fine. But, and I'm just being honest. So and you might love this, and I love Aperol Spritz. Let me put that out there. And this is delightful. Like, it's fine.
It's not bad.
This is fabulous. So the Margarita was unique and fabulous. This one.
So if she drinks a couple more of these,
This one just
this
tastes
one will
a little
taste
muted.
really good.
We're going to be sloppy drinking eating our pesto pasta today. That's all I know. Yeah, it's interesting. The thing, okay,
it's
so
really not. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
it is, and to be clear, it does not taste bad. It tastes pleasant.
Yeah,
It tastes pleasant.
yeah, which is okay for a drink. Right?
It's fine for a drink. It's just so interesting because it really, the cider just kind of mutes it down a little bit, the Aperol. And then of course the Prosecco adds some bubbliness, which is really nice. Which makes me
Eugenia said Aperol is super trendy.
It is super trendy, and I love me an Aperol Spritz.
Archie said it reminds me of deodorant.
It's pleasant, Archie. So, okay.
The food plane. In bartending, you only shake drinks with acid in it, such as limes and lemons. There you go. It's a bit like, I can't see, Hubs, pleasant but mediocre.
Oh, Archie.
Archie, I don't even know if I'm pleasant. So.
This is true. Although I did find something really funny. Here, take another sip. We're going to have all these drinks. Maybe I won't have wine with dinner because we're going to have all these other alcohol drinks to drink.
I don't think you're going to need to.
So I will tell you a funny thing on Instagram. They showed, in fact, I'll show you. I put it on my story, and it says I don't need my costume for Halloween this year is just me before coffee in the morning. I thought that was great. It's that scary. And I was like, isn't that kind of funny?
You literally are frightening before your coffee. You're angry, you're just mean.
So friends,
Not a nice human being at all.
Our last cocktail, I'm excited about because that one is pleasant. This one is fabulous, the apple cinnamon margarita. This one is interesting because it's just an apple cinnamon Spritz, excuse me. So this one is from @the.boozy.ginger, which is again someone who makes lots of drinks. And Ginger, I assume she's got red hair, which I thought was really kind of cute. And it has 2 ounces of cider, a ½ ounce of my cinnamon syrup. So y'all got to make cinnamon syrup this fall winter. 4 ounces of Prosecco. So a nice. I hope I have enough Prosecco. I might. And then 1 ounce of club soda. We might have to fudge the Prosecco because I might have used too much in my last one. So, no, I don't want to get the other bottle out.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, because then I'll go into that.
You have club soda out?
It's right there. It's in the bottom there. So definitely get the club soda out. So this is the one that I'm very excited to try, but I'm a little worried it's going to be a little sweet because if you think about it, the only alcohol is the Prosecco. And there's going to be apple cider and some simple syrup. I love the idea of the simple syrup for flavor, but I'm just a little worried about the sweetness. So that's why when I was thinking either adding some lime or some gin. So I'm going to try the gin first. So we're gonna have like a little experiment here, friends.
So you go from either lime or gin or
lemon,
alcohol.
Lemon or gin. Well, I'm going to try the gin first because I actually read it in I forget I'll have to look and see and go back. I look up so much stuff and see who it was that first suggested in one of these having a little gin. And I think it was literally just to kind of, because gin has botanicals, right?
I know, yeah.
So
it just cracks me up that it's like usually like
Remind
lemon or lime, but you go lemon or gin.
Lemon or gin. So would you fill that with ice, please? So we're going to first try it as it was intended from the Boozy Ginger, with just the cider, the cinnamon syrup, the Prosecco, and the club soda. So, and I will say, even though I'm going to try to do it as intended, I believe it's going to be a little light on the Prosecco. But I will make up for it with the seltzer, or you could do club soda. All right, so here we go. All right, so we are going to put in first 2 ounces of cider. So let's shake it up again. Okay. 2 ounces of cider. Lovely cider. And then we are going to put in 1/2 ounce of cinnamon syrup, just like it was the last time in the other drink, which is, again, why I'm a little worried about sweetness. I'm actually going to pour this time because that just took too long. Okay. So 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, of the cinnamon simple syrup. I definitely just put it out there. If you don't have cinnamon simple syrup, I would just do cider and Prosecco and call it a day. I can't imagine putting just regular simple syrup. I just think
couldn't you put
you need
like,
the flavor.
Cinnamon in there too?
Yeah, you could put a cinnamon
grainy?
stick. You could put a
You
you could also do that.
I would just do cinnamon. Be a little grainy, but it'd be fine.
And then we're going to put a Prosecco. And this I will stir because there's a lot going in there. I'm going to put all this Prosecco in, which isn't that much. And I'm going to put a bigger splash of this seltzer instead of club soda. Okay, there we go. You're going to give it a stir, and you're going to take a picture.
Okay. Damn,
Let me
what do I
just...
do with my phone here?
Did you lose your camera again? Oh, my goodness.
I got it.
All right, there you go. And actually, I'm going to put cinnamon stick in, though. Wait, because this is cinnamony, so I actually want this one to look different. 1 second. So I'm actually going to put a cinnamon stick. There we go. Okay. Wonderful. So what do y'all think? Do you think this one's going to taste good or too sweet? I'm a little worried it's going to be a little sweet, which is why then we'll introduce some gin to the party if it's a little sweet. And if the gin doesn't do it, then we'll introduce some lemon. We'll just make a whole new concoction that hopefully will be good. Let me see what you're all saying. So Eugenia says, I am mute before coffee. I am with you. Oh my gosh.
What'd she say?
We are soul sisters, Eugenia, with our rainbow whisks, and we are soul sisters with our no talkie before coffee. I love that. You are exactly right. That is my only volume.
So Eugenia, I wake up and I'm like, I'm ready to go, like first thing in the morning.
Oh, he wakes up talking.
You couldn't
Not a good scene.
imagine the looks that I get in the morning.
So Archie was asking an interesting question. He said, what's the most used American slang for drunk? In UK, our most common would be pissed, whereas for us, it's angry. Yeah, pissed means angry, but I do know pissed drunk would mean drunk. So, drunk
Polluted.
is the most common, I think, but polluted would be another one. What else?
Like blasted,
Buzzed,
buzzed, all that kind of stuff, yeah.
But I think drunk is wouldn't you think?
Hammered.
Tipsy is the
Hammered.
fun one. Tipsy is just when you're like, woohoo, let's just,
Tipsy's not drunk, though.
No, tipsy is just feeling good.
Hammered is a good
Hammered's, actually, I think hammered's probably, besides drunk, is one of the more common ones. So hammered, which means, right, Arch, means doing something. Okay, I don't know, friends. Let's see how this is. We have a fix to try if it's too sweet.
Did you stir it?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I'm trying to give it my honest taste. I'm getting everything in action here. So I will say, we'll taste it while I talk.
Okay.
So it is sweet, but it actually tastes good.
Smells good.
The cinnamon syrup, I'm telling you, friends, this is going to be your hard-working ingredient this fall, winter. It comes through, and
It's very light.
it's very, and I don't mind it being light because I don't always want a heavy
kind
drink.
of tastes like apple cider with a little bit of.
So it's a little like a hard apple cider.
Yeah, right.
So yes, you know what? That's actually good. It's kind of like an apple cider seltzer, almost,
correct.
but homemade.
Yeah, it's good.
So if you like, Archie, how is it out in the UK? Do a lot of people, seltzer is like having a huge moment here in the States. You can get seltzer in every taste, like blackberry, orange. They have combinations like
too much.
watermelon. I mean, there's just blueberry, lemon, and like all these different combinations. And actually, I think the young people like it because it does have a low alcohol content and it's not as filling as beer. So it's really has a huge moment here. But this kind of tastes. Oh, I can totally. Oh my gosh, wait, I can totally feel these drinks. I've not even had that many.
It's because you've made like 37 of them.
But so in any event, it does kind of taste like a homemade apple cider seltzer. So if you're wondering what, in my opinion, this tastes like, would you kind of agree?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like you're hugging the gin.
So, and you know this is our favorite gin, of course, Citadel. We love Citadel.
Ironically.
So we're gonna pour I think it said like half an ounce, so it's not a lot. It's just to take, I think, the edge off. So we're gonna try this. All right, I'm gonna just put a half ounce because I believe it was pretty small.
Take the edge off with adding gin.
I'm surprised I have the muscles to like hold this big old jug. So I'm gonna pour this in.
Archie says shit face is my fave.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
That's a good one.
About that one. Okay, let's see. This I could have just ruined this drink because it really was.
It was
like,
it was good.
It was tasty. It was just I couldn't have more than one of these because this is a little sweet. Ooh. Oh, see, I like that. I think that makes it better. I'm not gonna lie. It just adds more interest to it. And if you wanted to add more gin.
How much gin did you add?
I added a half an ounce.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This is Mr. Boozy Bourbon Rye Whiskey guy. But it does add a little something to it. It kind of adds a little interest. So yes,
okay,
please,
so which ones did you like the best?
Oh, this one.
Okay, so that one, this was definitely second.
I agree. This was
thing,
pleasant. This is pleasant.
I don't know what the hell to do with this.
Well, it's pleasant. Let me take another sip just to make sure. It's pleasant.
It's good. I mean,
it isn't bad. It's just not my jam. And there's, by the way, I appreciate our content creators, and I think we need to give a lot of love out. And we have content creators here on this chat, myself included. So I appreciate the work they're doing, but we also have our own opinions. And
but it's not bad. It's good.
No, it's
pleasant.
pleasant.
So if I got that, I'd be fine with it.
I'd be fine.
But I like these two better.
Yeah, and I think honestly, part of what I like in both of them is the cinnamon syrup. I highly recommend making a batch. And this is like a double batch. This was using, I think it was like 1 1/3 cups as opposed to, because usually I make just 3/4 cup because of fitting into, if you do 3/4 cup, it fits into one of these little bell jars or ball jars, whatever they're called. So this one though, it does make it a little more interesting. I think, and again, can I say one more thing? Because I love Aperol Spritzes, and I love Aperol Spritzes, I kind of don't want the cinnamon and apple encroaching on my Aperol. I want that to stay my end of spring, early summer drink.
So Archie said, I'll give it 10 minutes and Phil will be on the counter singing, I left my heart in San Francisco. It's probably true. And then he said, I'm concerned Hubs will start taking his trousers off. I'm a little anxious. No, I will keep my trousers on.
So friends, I will tell you, also below, I posted a link to my, I have two videos for the Crimson and Clover cocktail that I highly recommend. Is probably my most favorite fall winter cocktail. But I did write the ingredients here so I wouldn't forget, because you know me, that's what I do. I forget things. The Crimson and Clover, you shake in your shaker 2 ounces of tequila, a half ounce of lemon juice, and 3/4 ounce of cinnamon simple syrup, a strong cinnamon simple syrup. If you don't make it strong, you won't taste the cinnamon because of the lemon's powerful.
It's got to be like this.
It's got to be dark and cinnamony. Anyways, that shaken and then double strained is a fantastic. It's called straight up, right? When you do that, no.
Well, yeah.
So like in a coupe is a fabulous cocktail. And great for fall, winter. So, but there's a link below to my short, and if you want to find my long version when we did one of these streams, you can look that up as well. So coming up next week, guess what, friends? I'm probably like not gonna see any of you next week because I'm streaming on Halloween. So, but although, what better thing to have on in the background when you're handing out candy to the youngsters is then Philly on your TV, right? So I am going to be doing a weeknight meal stream, and it's one that I've not yet made this season, but it's one of your favorites, and it's
Meatloaf.
no,
Oh.
no, it's a healthier one. It's cinnamon.
Cinnamony?
It's not cinnamon.
Cinnamony?
Cinnamon is not an ingredient. I've had too many sips already. It is chicken marsala meatballs. It's chicken marsala meatballs, the Skinny Taste recipe. It's one of my favorite Skinny Taste recipes, chicken marsala meatballs, and what we put them on, because you know me, and Archie's gonna like be grumpy at this, but I like to make things lighter during the week because we splurge on the weekends, ergo. We splurge on the weekends, but during the week we try to eat healthier. So I put it on a mix of mashed potatoes and cauliflower mash, and it is delightful. It doesn't taste like you're being good. It doesn't taste like you're watching your calories. It is just healthy and delicious. And then we always have like something like a green vegetable, with it. So that is on Tuesday. So Tuesday on Halloween, I'm making one of my favorite healthy weeknight meals. So if you're not doing anything, or if you're helping the trick-or-treaters out with some candy and you want to have me on the background, feel free to tune in. But I loved the chat today. Oh, Eugenia, we don't either, because in the city, no one comes to, like, we're up on the third floor. We're in like a, we're not like a high-rise, a condo. So yeah, they don't come around. Yeah, but where we rented when we first moved to the city to make sure we wanted to buy here, it was in a neighborhood that had like townhomes.
It was great.
And the police closed off the street so all the trick-or-treaters can go back and forth. And we just went and took pictures because it was the most delightful. And that was during
in the suburbs where we were. That was great. I mean, tons of kids. Mm-hmm. I miss that.
I do miss it too, Eugenia. So I feel for you. And Phil just struck. I wasn't saying cauliflower, Archie. I was saying chicken marsala.
No, he's right. You did struggle to say cauliflower.
When did I say cauliflower? Oh, cauliflower mash. Cauli mash. I'll just call it cauli mash.
So we should probably end the stream and get her some food.
Get me some food so I don't get, as you would say, pissed, right? Well, Arch? I can't even talk. We don't want Philly pissed. We want her fed. That's what we want. So, oh my goodness, Kathy and Barbara, DS, Archie, Alvin, Matthew Whittington, I just thank you so much for joining me. Happy Friday, happy weekend, and until we eat or drink again, see y'all later. Bye, friends.
Bye, everyone.